Previously on Woman in the Boardroom.
Whenever you're ready. That's why we are in the boardroom, to know our positions, to take our positions, and to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Okay, ladies? So I want you to continue to be inspired by that. Now, we buffering, but I got a special guest. Okay, so they're also on our digital presence. Once again, I come from magazines, so I'm used to 7 years experience of traveling the globe with celebrities, athletes, doing press, media, and magazine features and covers. And so I have branded and given media opportunities to so many people around the globe. So I do have an affiliate network of relationships that I've been in. Like, my youngest client is probably like 2 years old, and not 2 years old in age, but 2 years old in being a client with me. So I've had these people grow with me in magazine, from magazine media and now total production. So our next guest, if I can get the buffering, is it the internet connection strong? Let's check it. I had it up, but okay, here we go. All right, so this next guest is digital speaker. You guys will also find her in the magazine. You will find her on our network, and I'm going to introduce her. Her name is Joy Femi. She's a cranial prosthesis specialist, and she has grew from level to level with her business and branding. And now she actually has a show on our network where, from afar, because I'm the green screen queen as of today, and from afar, she's in New York, and I have worked with her on so many different levels of media, magazine, getting her out in the press, and now developing a show for her business. And so she's actually on the cable TV channels, and she has been for 6 months now, all under C Prince Media and Productions, and she's on the 20 TV Live network. Her name is Joy Femi, and she's going to talk to you guys about expanding your business and giving testimonials on how her business grew in media. I believe country that runs a tech school.
Wow.
And so you have a significant business as well. Talk to
So I'm
us.
just looking at it. Wow, this is the plans you have for yourself, but this is the plans that God have for you. You know,
Right.
it's way better than that. So that's what I'm looking at as. And also, I do have a warehouse, office space, if you need a bigger one.
Okay, for
So
sure.
I know you mentioned that, so.
Okay, for sure. I will keep that in mind. All right, most definitely. All right, so
Pack and ship. We're actually teaching our youth on how to actually work in the warehouse logistics fulfillment setting. And so every distribution center that you have now is actually adding on a fulfillment center as their service. And so now they need individual skill set to actually run those fulfillment centers. And I actually teach at-risk youth. I train individuals on the autism spectrum and young adults that don't want to go to college and don't have time to do the 2 years to get a supply chain certificate. We actually running them through our Shipley University, giving them a black belt and giving them a skill set so they can go get employment, and not coming at an entry level, but just a great skill set so they can actually be competitive with individuals who have went to college.
And that was in the magazine. They was all pretty, lavishly laid out, and professional at the same time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
I love the magazine. I think it's a great platform for women, for entrepreneurs, and then we were all looking like boss ladies.
For sure. We put our stories like out there. We put it real, whatever we wanted to, say about ourselves.
Yeah.
We actually got that shine. You know what I'm saying? So I was
And
like,
then the marketing was just so lovely.
Yes, and then look at this. You end up on the cover. I mean, it just kept rolling out for everybody. And I was like, great, because this is the time to just pivot, ride the wave, and really come out.
Yeah, we started and kept on going.
Listen. And then I'm going to tell you something. You actually dropped like in my spirit to where I was like, oh, okay.
Then you know it's Jesus.
No, it was him. it was him because everything just worked itself out. You said yes. It was like no pulling teeth or anything.
You know what was so great for me though? The fact that I didn't know that you were even watching.
Girl,
that just goes to show you how you just got to be careful of people and what you do publicly because people are paying attention.
That is true. Because even your name, I have a girlfriend here in Katy, and she actually runs a transportation company. She doesn't work there, like they own it.
Okay.
And we were in a meeting, and she ended up calling her marketing PR person in the meeting, and they go, okay, because we're working on some things, and Nika Diamond. This was all the way in the summer. Seminars in that magazine. This is Woman in the Boardroom. So at the end of the night, it is all of us, but it's really woman in the boardroom, the whole woman, because we all have different roles and garments that we wear. And I want to know, how are you really doing this, and where do you feel like your strength is coming from? Okay. All right, so I can't release the real name, but trust and believe it's gonna be so hot that if we did drop it right now, everybody would want a piece of it, because it's going to be very original, and it's going to be.
It's a vision.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
It's a great vision.
Yes, yes. Okay, so we got Elvia.
Yes.
Okay.
Look. Nervous.
Whew. Okay, we have that market where it's a lot of us. They call it the saturated market, but I don't look at it like that. But that's what they call it, right? But I have never met a woman who is leading and the executive of a trade school. Talk to us about that.
Well, I'm Elvia Quintanilla. I am, minority. My parents are immigrants. I came here when I was, young, and I saw since I've been growing up, what was needed in our school system. As a minority, whenever you're in the school system, when you go to a school that is in a low income area, you're not treated like the other schools. And that always stayed with me, when I went to Mexico and things like that. And then I came back and I was like, okay, we have more opportunity here. Then, I get into the business of schools, and it was just by coincidence that we were talking outside. It was just a temporary job. Just be customer service. Just do your best, get paid, because I got separated from my ex-husband from Fort Worth. So I was like, I just need to give myself something that I need to do to take care of myself and my son. So started working in the trade school. I loved it. I was helping kids. I was changing lives. I was empowering women and men, youth and adults. And it was fulfilling. I saw kids getting out that were incarcerated, getting out, having a second chance, and then being happy. I saw adults changing careers as they were no longer happy, and then being able to take care of their families. So to me, I soaked it like a sponge. I said, I want to be the best that I can be in my job. So I started growing. My boss, the owner, took me as his right hand. Wow. And he doesn't have any children, so he saw me as his daughter, and he was like, Elvia, you see things before we can see them, and I trust you. So he built me pretty much as far as entrusting and giving me what we needed to learn, and we started growing. 2 years ago, I quit. because it was no longer aligning with my, ethics. We were no longer helping people. It was all about the money.
Wow.
And I was making great money, but at the end of the night, I look at my son and I see he is who I'm trying to help. He's who I'm trying to change this for. So I can't sit here and look at a mother and a child and tell them you're going to get a great education when all we care about is your money. And then so I told him either we change it or I'm gone. And then he was.
Stay tuned for more Women in the Boardroom as you continue to see the process from the women of different industries and strengths in Katy, Houston, and Austin, Texas. We are just letting the process unfold. Stay tuned. Next Monday on Spectrum, Channel 16, or our hosting channel, www.womanintheboardroom.tv.
Find me on Instagram or Twitter, Facebook, all of the social media platforms.
But before then, I was in the world, and when I did the world, but
That's a song that hit globally and also hit charts at number 9.
Oh wow. Hey, I'm with my girl Candy.
What's happening?
Hey, we coming.
Prince, and I'm on live with Lady C Prince. You know how we are doing this here in the Katy and the Houston and Austin streets. We are definitely continuing to move forward our connections and conversations with women in the media, and we talking about TV, radio, and press. And so today I have Charlana Brown.
Hello.
And she comes from a good hot show that's been trending. And what season were you on?
Season 3.
Oh, season 3. Okay, so not Ready to Love, but Put a Ring on. Okay, excuse me, y'all. I've been doing so much of Ready to Love stuff that is just kind of in my. But we talking about she's coming from
same
putting
producers.
a ring on it.
It's okay.
Yes, it kind of have like the same little.
The same producers. Yeah.
Oh, the same producers too. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so of course, no wonder why it's trending the way that it is, and it's a pretty good show. I really like watching them. So you were on it, and is that your husband or your fiance?
Fiance.
Oh, your fiance. Okay. Now y'all made it to the end, correct?
Well, we all make it to the end, but do you make it? But we all stay on the show. But it's like, are you going to stay together or are you going to break up? So we stay together. Yeah.
Okay, y'all stay together, and so your process was a little different than everybody's from both seasons, right? Because you on season 3, so the other 2 seasons prior, you had a different storyline than everybody else.
Well, yeah, we absolutely had a different storyline, but it's the same, it's the same type show. Okay. So you go out on dates with other people and you choose, to decide if you guys are going to work or not. And then you have as a couple, we have our meetings with the counselor to help us with our relationship.
Oh, wow. Okay, so talk to us about who you are and what type of business you are, and introduce yourself.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Charlena Brown from Put a Ring on It Season 3. Prior to becoming a mom, I was doing a lot of fitness modeling, commercials work. I come from Los Angeles. And so
We
I've been
home
doing.
girls. I'm from LA
Oh, yeah.
too.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
Okay. So I was doing that, a lot of that. And then I I live in Atlanta now. My fiance is from Atlanta. He's from Atlanta, born and raised. And I kind of took a break from all that. I've been just, getting into mommy mode, trying to take care of the baby. It's a lot of work.
Right.
But it's like the most amazing thing, biggest blessing for both of us. We do have our nights where we're not sleeping as much or we're tired, but it's all worth it at the end. So I recently became a real estate investor. I bought income property in Los Angeles. So I have that. I'm starting that business. And then eventually I'll be getting back into, the television world. Yeah.
Okay.
And I want to do more mommy stuff, like mommy in the television world, more mommy stuff, get the baby into television. He like right now he's crying a lot.
Right.
So we're trying to get him to, calm down.
Well, I was telling the producers I could hear the baby in the back, so I was like, "Hey, just leave him in," because I think that's pretty good. We want to show like the real
life. Yeah, I had him right here.
Okay,
and Paul's like, you should just keep him, but I'm like, I would. He's a little more distracting now because he's busier.
Right.
Before I would hold him, but he would be asleep. But now he's up, pulling on my hair, doing whatever he does.
And you still gotta do what you gotta do. So, that's a good trial run to incorporate him. Now we're talking about babies, but on the show, you didn't know you was pregnant, or you knew?
No, I didn't know of it initially. I didn't find out I was pregnant until we're almost done filming the show.
Oh.
But I was pregnant pretty much the whole time. But you know how you don't know until after 6 weeks?
Right.
So I didn't know until towards the end of the whole show, towards the end of the process.
Oh, okay. So do you think that some of your temperament was because you was pregnant and didn't know?
Yeah, it was. It really was. There were things that I would be extra about.
Okay.
And annoying a little bit because, my hormones were all over the place and didn't even pay attention or really know because I didn't know I was pregnant then.
Okay.
So the person I feel worth the most bad for is Otis because he really had to kind of deal with that, and we were going.
Oh yeah, he was catching it.
He was throwing it back.
Right. Well, y'all was building a family while y'all was going through those challenges, and that's another question that I want to ask is how has the reality TV, how has it impacted your life since?
What I love most about it is the people that are there for you, like the fans that support you and give you advice. And especially being a mom, there were so many women, and I felt like so much of the sisterhood from women. They didn't care about all the silly stuff that we went through on the show. What was important for women that came at me was, you're a mom now, it's time to get into that mode. You gotta be positive, forget all that negative stuff. It's not even important. So for me, that's the most important thing over everything is just having people that are there for you and there to support you and give you advice. There were so many people, women that gave me advice. I have mom, aunts and sister and friends, but when you're on social media a lot, you have your phones a lot, and there are women that are constantly messaging you or trying to send you comments and stuff with advice, and it's been really helpful, and I'm just it's a great experience for me.
Wow, good. So what superpower did you bring to empower the woman since you was on the show?
I don't know if I brought any superpowers. I mean, I've always been, I mean, I'm for people, period,
Right.
especially my people. And I am a woman, so I'm for women and Black women.
Yes.
So for me, the last thing, what I dislike about the show when it comes to, you know, going out on dates and I don't like arguing and fighting with other women. I really don't.
Yeah,
I
I'm big
never
on
really,
that, so I can't stand it.
I hate it. I hate it. You know, with everything that was happening, I was trying to always keep my composure because the last thing I want to do is argue and fight with another woman. You know what I mean? Over something like that, especially over a guy. I'd rather fight with him than fight with a woman.
Well, yeah, for sure. We gonna take it out on them because you know, listen.
Absolutely.
But the thing that it's intriguing about me. It's a question that I've always had. That I noticed that is that part scripted, like how y'all had to date other people? Because I noticed that they would come to your house. So, like, were these actors or
no?
Oh, and they actually knew where you lived, or was this like a model home?
What happens is is they do come to your house, but producers are there to give them to monitor it and give them the directions and everything to where they're going to be picking up their date. So no, nothing is scripted at all. Not at all. It's reality. The producers and filming crew are always there. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, for sure.
You're protected. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how did you guys become a choice candidate for this show?
I had watched the first 2 seasons and then I got him on it. He not really into the reality world, but I watched the first 2 seasons and I really liked the first season. The second season I was like, oh, I liked it too. It was a little more drama outside. But then our season was really drama.
Yeah.
It was like on another level. So I wasn't
y'all
really
was cutthroat. Like y'all was straight, like, okay, aggressive with everything directly to me, you know, as a viewer. Mm-hmm.
I know I don't really like it that much, but it is what it is. It's reality TV, so you know that you get what you get. But we how did it come about? We got an email. That they were looking for people, and we signed up. And I guess they saw the issues that we were having, and were like, "Let's bring them in." You know, it was literally that simple.
Well, babies usually subside issues as well. So how are you guys doing today?
We're doing well. The baby does help keep us grounded.
Because it's so cute, you know, just distract you from all of the major issues.
all the silly issues. So we had a lot of stuff that's like it's not worth arguing and fighting over. And now, you know, the baby's here. We're like, we're not, and we're grown. We're not little kids. We're mature, contrary to what people saw. We're mature adults. So it's like, what are we arguing about? And if we do argue about something that's silly, we're going to get over it real quick because we got a baby that has to be raised and it doesn't matter that much.
Oh,
you know?
That baby's so cute too. I looked at your Instagram. I seen the picture. I was like, oh, he's so handsome and cuddly. Smell like powder and Johnson and Johnson around here. Yeah. So you already kind of answered that, but you'll do reality TV again?
I would only do it if I have a little more control over our narrative or my narrative. There was a lot of things that bothered me about our story, so it just depends. I'm really not into the extra drama. At the end of the day, the show's supposed to help your relationship.
Yes, for sure. It's the real deal. Like it is something that you do have to think about and consider if you're trying to get into it, because it can change the trajectory of your everything. You know,